to the Community Voice. This show gives a voice to the people in our community. I'm Fara Sax. What do a pageant director, marketing and advertising guru, vice president, and a dance school owner and a computer consultant have in common? I don't know, but the Aventura Marketing Council is a great place to start. And I'm here today with my 4 guests as we launch the Aventura Marketing Council Chamber of Commerce Friday morning. So welcome all of you and welcome on Zoom. And maybe we'll start with introductions. Kim, why don't you introduce yourself and your business and how Aventura Marketing connects you to your community?
Okay. My name's Kim Haber. I'm with Matrix 2 Advertising. I've been with the agency for over 20 years now, and we have joined and been a part of the Aventura Marketing Council for a number of years, and it really helps connect us with the other businesses in the community. Our business as a whole, we have clients all over the country, all over the world sometimes, but there's a lot of synergy that I can create with the other businesses, not necessarily where they use my services, but where we can collaborate and work together. So it's been very helpful in that regard.
And how many years have you been with the Aventura Marketing Council?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say 5, and Elaine will correct me if I'm wrong.
Elaine, jury's out. Stefan?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Stefan. I have a ballroom dance studio located in North Miami, and I started it recently in 2019 in November. Unfortunately, with pandemics, we had to be closed, but right now we are up and running, going strong. So we are waiting for all the dancers to come back to us.
And you have dancers that are young, and older,
yes,
and everything in between.
Everything in between. From the youngest is 4, the oldest is 99 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
Everybody is dancing, everybody is competing, everybody has a different goal. We have parties going on back on track. We just had a dance competition, so people want to dance.
And you're also a new father, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And he's dancing around.
Correct.
Congratulations to you and Gabby. Rose, tell me a little bit about you. You have like a political background, then you transitioned to being a politician, to being a state
pageant director.
How did that all happen?
Well, with me, it just kind of happened. My very best girlfriend of 40 years came to me one day with this small little article promoting the Miss Senior Florida pageant, and she said, "Well, Rose, I want you to get involved in this." I said, "I don't have time to be bothered with a pageant." And then it said that the pageant was being held in Vero Beach. I said, "I really don't have time to be going up and down the road to Vero Beach." So she said, "Well, I've never told you this. We've been friends for 40 years, and I have been living my life through you." She said, "Please do it for me."
Nothing like a little pressure. Huh?
What do you say? So I got involved for my best friend. And so we're up and down the road to Vero Beach for the rehearsals, the orientation, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I win. So I go to the New Jersey to represent the state of Florida and in the Miss Senior America pageant. And they said, "Well, you can bring your husband. Everything is paid for you." I said, "Well, I'm not married." "Well, you can bring someone if you want." So I took my friend Roxy.
Nice.
For 40 years, she deserved it.
40
she
years.
deserved it.
Yeah. So that was another event that she lived out through me. That's how I got involved. And then shortly thereafter, I guess they sent an email to each contestant, to each sponsor, whatever, the owners, and said that they were 20 years with the pageant in Arizona and however many years with the state of Florida, and they just didn't want to do it anymore. And if there was anyone that was interested, to give them a call. I said, "You know what, Roxy, I'm going to go for it."
So Roxy didn't like coax you into, now you're going to be part of the state director for this pageant.
No. So
you stepped up to the plate.
So I stepped up to the plate. And so this is my 5th year as the state pageant director. First thing I did was take it from Vero Beach and brought it to South Florida, where there's more diversity and more flair.
Maybe by the end we can be, Kim, you and I will be like learning how to walk.
Right. Yeah.
So how did you become part of the Aventura Marketing Council?
Oh, I've been a part of the Aventura Marketing Council since its inception. since its inception. I don't even know how many years that's been.
At least 5.
Oh,
Right.
yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful organization.
Well,
Elaine Adler happens to be a personal friend of mine. So, and she's the first and only uh, president and of the council. So I've been involved with the council for many years.
And many more to come. Thank you. Norman, tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing with your community and how you're helping people save time, less headaches with their computers.
Oh, thank you. Very nice to be here. I've actually been with the Marketing Council for about 17 years. So I'm kind of in between Rose and Kim, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep. Sounds right.
Okay. And my company is Advantage Computer Solutions, doing training and consulting. And whenever I talk to people now, I say, that's kind of silly. I say, computers, everybody knows how to use the computer. We've been using it for 35 years already. Come on, everybody knows how to use Word and Excel and Outlook. The truth is that very few people have the foggiest clue what is available, the features, the functions, formulas. And year after year, new features and new functions and new formats have come out in different versions, but everybody keeps using the same ones they used when they started. And I can save people absolutely hundreds of hours of time just using the tool that's already there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Norman. We look forward to hearing some more. Let's talk about where we've been in the last 16 to 17 months since the pandemic and how your business has really changed and what you see the future moving forward for each of your businesses. Rose, would you like to start?
Yes, well, initially the pageants were held live at the Julius Littman Theater for the Performing Arts in North Miami Beach, who were our supporting, or no, they're not called supporting
Sponsors?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we really enjoyed that. Full house every year. The auditorium holds 900 and something people. But then, of course, the pandemic occurred, and so
Bam, shut down.
shut down. So last year we had to. A lot of pageants did not happen. Miss America canceled, and just a lot of. But we were determined to make lemonade out of that pandemic lemon, and so we did it virtually, and it was fantastic.
I have to ask you, do the women, the Mrs. wear bathing suits?
No, I never would have won.
Workout clothes? What do you wear? Or is it talent?
No, there's 4 categories of which the ladies are judged. There's a evening gown presentation. They have 35 seconds to give their philosophy of life, and if you live to be 60 years old, there must be something that you can pass on to the next generation or even to your peers. Then there is the talent, which is 30% of the scoring, and then there's a 5-minute individual interview with the judges.
And this year, what's going to happen? Are we going to have a virtual? Or are we going to have it?
Yeah, we're working towards having it virtual again this year because it's held in December, and so
We might be too close to
we don't know
the time.
what yeah.
Stefan, tell me what happened for you as a studio with a robust following pre-pandemic, and here we are, and then moving forward. Tell me how that evolution has happened for you to now.
So January 2020, we had our grand opening, full house. We had actually Grand Gatsby party, launching party. The studio was full. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was happy. In March, when everything starting to happen, we had maybe a party like 10 days before. People were starting to leave already. They were not so present. And then once everything got shut down, we didn't know what's going to happen. In June, we reopened, but the case was still up. So I had 1 lesson, 2 lessons a day. And
so it was really, really struggle for you.
Yes.
How do you make it through?
So the nature of our business is in person. We had to get very personal. It's an activity that you need 2 persons. It takes 2 to tango. So
literally.
Yes. So it's been hard at the beginning, but I think July it was hard. But August, people started to, as the cases dropped, people started to get out of the houses and they were more willing to dance. Personally, for me, when I joined the Aventura Marketing Council was in July 2020. I had no expectation. I had a student, Rita. I think you know her.
Rita Regev, who was a member of the Aventura Marketing Council.
She was my student, and she told me, "Look, I'm going to introduce you to some people, and you'll be fabulous." So I said, "Okay." I'll give it a try. I have nothing to lose. Anyways, I was thinking already to close my business. So I was trying to see what's going to happen. And then August started to come. A few of people from Aventura Marketing Council actually came to dance. Then they attracted their friends and so on. And the activity started to grow. And here we are right now. And
What's in the future? What's going to happen as we move forward? We're starting to open up, and life is we're breathing again.
So we have more and more students. People want to dance right now. People want to have fun right now. We have competitions. We have parties every single month.
And where's the studio?
Studio is located 154 on Biscayne Boulevard. It's in North Miami. And what we also will have some presentations in a big theater. We want to do some fundraiser events with our students to raise some money for the community. So that's kind of like a long-term goal. It might happen by the end of the year. So we are working towards this right now. And again, thanks to Aventura Marketing Council, we connect to a lot of people. So we might do this very soon.
It's really wonderful because Aventura Marketing Council has also had virtual webinars and events during the pandemic. So we really kept the community together when we needed it the most. So kudos to them and for helping all small businesses and bigger corporations. Norman, tell me where we are, where we've been, and how we're moving forward in our computer land world.
A lot of what is in the computer world, there's actually two aspects to your question, I guess I could address. One of them is my business personally, training consulting, which I can actually do pretty effectively remotely. So for me, it really doesn't matter too much if people are in person. Obviously, it's better in person, but I can do webinars and teaching, training, consulting all the time over Zoom. So for me, it doesn't have really such a tremendous impact. For the world in general, it's a tremendous impact because so many people, of course, moved out of offices. We all know there's probably going to be about 50% of the companies that are going to stay working remotely, at least partially, and some fully. People will not be going back to offices. So there's going to be a lot more remote access, which means more security issues and things like that. But it's definitely going to change the workplace. Although for what I'm doing for people, again, it's not going to be tremendously different, though I do like teaching in person. It's just a lot more fun, a lot more dynamic.
Do you see the way the industry is running right now as it's going to change moving forward, or do you think it's just going to be like what you just said? It's going to keep going as is.
I think it's going to become the new normal to a great extent. Companies have realized that they can save a tremendous amount of money on rent, not having as much office space. I think that's here to stay. Probably my guess is about 25, 30, maybe 35% of the office space. People are not going to be going back anymore, and it'll just be more remote people working.
So you work remotely and you work with people just basically on the phone or through a Zoom situation. Where are you located?
Well, I am in North Miami Beach.
Mm-hmm. And people can get in touch with you just by calling or by
I'm out there in a lot of different arenas. And I've done webinars and seminars all over the country. And nowadays, of course, everything in the world almost is your neighborhood because of connectivity now.
Absolutely. So we've really become very local.
Right.
So I'm glad you're here for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kim, tell me where we've been, where we're going, how marketing and advertising has really shifted from where we've been and, keeping people together. That was a big slogan, and keeping connected. And now that the market is opening up, how do you see differences?
So what I probably learned the most from this time is that relationships are the most important thing, and that you have to be agile in my industry. But I think it can kind of translate to almost any industry. You always needed to have a good relationship with somebody. But when this pandemic hit, it was actually more than that, because people were making the people that we work with are hotels, performing arts centers, real estate developments, leasing apartments where they have. So it's all about in-person moments. And so all that kind of went away. And we became very much, these relationships that we have built allowed us to be a partner with the businesses, making decisions about the businesses themselves and what they needed to do to stay in business, how they needed to change go online, do events online, or communicate with their customers online. But it was the fact that we had such a deep relationship with them, and we were problem solvers. And it was really kind of exciting in a lot of ways, I should say, because you really had to dig deep into your creative thinking. And us as a team at Matrix, constantly listening to the news to see what's happening, what's next, what's going on, how is it safe to bring people together or not? What can you do? And make those just on the fly decisions. And the second part that I learned was we always considered ourselves very flexible, but the agility that we had to create right then and there, because all the resources weren't available and open to us. So, we needed a video, we needed it now. How can we do it? Which art director can do it remotely and create something interesting and new? And I think that agility and the creativity that you have to have, that's going to stay. You're not going to have the ability to have these long processes where you present and it goes to the board and all the people decide. You have to make decisions and you got to move fast.
Do you find that there's been a big change with the digital? More of a digital turn? Are we back to a print? What are you seeing right now?
It really depends on the market. And
are you just in the South Florida market?
No, those industries that I talked about, which is the real estate developers and multifamily rentals and hotels, and I just opened a hotel in Boston, and performing arts centers. I'm in Naples just yesterday because they're breaking ground on a new performing arts center. So I can go anywhere, but we're just located in Doral. But digital is another form of communication. It's not the magic button, like you just go digital and everything will come and happen, but it is an important component to the overall marketing and advertising strategy.
Do you find that social media people, your customers think that they understand that, and
some do, some don't. Some they work better than others. We have a hotel that is their customer base is so such fans of theirs that they are constantly the cheerleaders for the brand. It's such a wonderful thing. So if I put anything out there, they're like, this is the best, and they'll like it. But they've worked really hard at creating that one-on-one relationship with their customers. And it's just their culture in general. So when people come, they really know these people. And it's a high-end luxury boutique in Naples. It's the Inn on Fifth, and it's been around a while, and it has a loyal following. So they really benefit. And so sometimes it's really great, and other times you have to build that community. And so that's the other thing that we help them do.
It's interesting. The thing that what I'm hearing the most out of all of you is the connectivity. It's the personal touch. It's the relationship building. It's connecting to your community. So in the time we have left, what is one thing that you want your community to know about your businesses, and how do they reach out to you? Stefan, you want to give it a shot?
I can do it, yes. So what I'm trying to always transmit to everybody is dancing is not just a turn. It's not just, just you go and, do salsa. Dancing is more than that. Dancing, not many people know, is the best thing to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. I made a study for 25 years in Stanford University, and dancing proved to be the best activity you can do both for your mind and your body. And this is one thing, is a natural antidepressant, so you can always dance and be happy. I see this in my students. And to reach us, just give us a call. We'll always, respond to your phone calls. Come to our studio, visit us, try it out. You'll have the best time of your life. And plus, you can improve your health and the general well-being.
And it's Let's Dance Miami. And what's the phone number?
786-789-4001.
Say it again.
786-789-4001.
We're going to make him say it 20 times faster. She sells by the seashore. Norman, tell us one thing that we might not have covered that you'd like to share with your audience today.
I think I could make an argument that time is the single most valuable commodity in life.
Absolutely.
And I happen to be a fanatic. And I try to do it in a good way. And I like to make everybody a fanatic in terms of time. To me, it's almost criminal for someone to spend 3 hours doing work on a computer that you can do literally in 5 seconds. again, the features are there, the formulas, the functions. Just every single time somebody touches the keyboard or mouse, we can make it faster, better, and easier, whether it's word processing or spreadsheets or PowerPoint. I'm also a QuickBooks Pro advisor. I didn't mention that before. I do teach and set up QuickBooks accounting as
You're
a
also
pro
an adjunct
advisor.
professor too, correct?
I have been an adjunct professor for Miami-Dade College for the School of Continuing Education. I've done courses there. I've also taught classes and courses for a place called the Academy. I've done a webinar for 750 accounting professionals on CPA Academy, and I do teach for a national convention every year for about 1,400 people. It's called Scaling New Heights. But the message is always the same: save time, make your life better, a lot less pressure. And people are always just so astounded when they find out, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could do that. So there really is a lot of great stuff out there that's available, and it's not that hard to learn. In a few minutes, I teach people things, and a lot of times people say, that's it, that was so easy. And I'll say, well, I can make it harder for you. No, that's okay. It's really not that hard to learn a lot of things.
So are you working with small one-on-one, small mom and pops, as well as bigger corporations? Like, who is your customer? Who would need your services at the moment?
It's pretty much anyone in a business. There are a few industries that I really can't help because they don't use anything but proprietary software, like banks, for instance, or an insurance company or medical office. They typically do not use a Microsoft Office suite. They don't really have a need for a lot of word processing and spreadsheets and things like that. But for any other typical business, small, mid-sized company, or even large accounting firms, you have a lot of staff. They're doing work. They're typing, they're clicking, and they're clicking, typing, and it's all unnecessary. My clients can be anyone. It can be an individual who's looking to get into the workforce or wants to increase their skills and knowledge base, potentially earn more money by using the tool. Or it could be a CFO or controller that wants his staff to be really efficient and productive and not just use it as a cliche.
Got it. And how does someone get in touch with you at Advantage?
Easy enough. I have a phone number and an email address. And eventually, I'm going to get somebody out there to do some more marketing for me. So you'll be able to get me other ways. But I can give a phone number easy to reach me on, which is 305-323-1005. And if people are good at email addresses, it's ACS, like Advantage Computer Solutions, ACS@computersacs.com. Computers is plural. And anytime anybody can reach out. And it's actually a lot of fun. I always say, if you can do 3 hours of work in 5 seconds, it's not work anymore.
I'm all in for that. Thanks, Norman. Thank you. Rose, tell me, where are we going? What would you like someone to know about the Ms. Senior pageant? I have the pageant wave.
Yes,
Can we all
you
try
do.
that pageant wave?
I think you're an expert at this point.
All of us.
Yes. Well, what I would like to say is that we just don't. The Miss Senior Florida Pageant is a nonprofit organization, but we don't just produce pageants. We also provide other services to the community. We have what is called, which is my favorite, called the NANA Project, NANA, Never Abandoned, Never Alone. It's a woman's mentoring mentoring program for underprivileged children. Grandmother image, it gives a grandmother image and a grandmother experience to underprivileged children. We conduct workshops and presentations on senior lifestyle. We promote nutrition and exercise. Everything you said about dancing is true. Before politics, I was a professional dancer.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I'm 74 years old today, and I can still put my head between my legs.
Well, excuse me, Rose, and you and Stefan, as we leave this, we're going to step out and have you guys dance.
Step back.
And
And you also sing.
and
You have a very deep faith.
Oh, very deep. Yes, it's very deep faith. So I've been able,
She's so humble. So humble.
So I've been able to incorporate all of those things into the pageant. So we not only provide mentoring services, we have what's called the Rose and Crown Club. It consists of former contestants who incorporate all of their talents, and they go to nursing homes and assisted living facilities, and they do this little production that they put together. We have what is the gospel choir. That's the only thing that we allow men to be a part of, 60
Sorry,
and,
Stefan.
and up. And they do the same thing. They produce a program, and they go to assisted living facilities and nursing homes, and they perform. So we're just not.
Just not your old mom and pop pageant,
Right.
right? But it's good to know because it really empowers women, it empowers families,
Yes.
and it empowers a community that really so needs it. And if someone wanted to get in touch with Nana or with you for the Miss Senior pageant, can you please give your
Well, the Miss
information?
Senior Florida pageant is going to be held this year, December the 12th. Contestant registration ends on September the 13th.
And how old are the contestants?
So you have to be at least 60 years old and up. This year's winner was 94, and she tap danced for her
Awesome.
talent. 94, such a delightful lady.
So what's the website and the phone number that our audience can reach out to you?
Well, let me just say this. When I say talent, that people sometimes shy away. You don't have to just sing or dance. There's many things that you can do. You might be a comedian. You might be a poet. You might be crafty. You might sew. We make sure that you are presented in a professional fashion. We have workshops to show you how to walk, how to speak. Try to make the ground level, because there's some women in the pageant that are they've been in pageants since they were children.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are women like me, who just had never been in a pageant, even though I had a show business background. So we try and make everything even for everyone.
Wonderful. And what is that address? What is the website?
So
and
the
phone number?
website, if you go to the website, www.missmsseniorflorida.com, you will be able to see and click watch. You'll see this year's pageant.
That's exciting. And what's the phone number?
And the phone number is 305-999-1817.
Wonderful. Kim.
So we are a full-service advertising agency. So it's not just me. I've got 10,000 square feet in Doral, and inside we have art directors and creative directors and website programmers and copywriters and a media department and a social media department. And so there's a whole crew of help that I have behind me. And if you're interested in exploring about advertising for your company, you can use all the services, you can use part of the services, and we're happy to help you and help you connect with your customers and keep going in this interesting world.
And you probably stand on the shoulders of many years, but you and your colleagues, coworkers, team.
Matrix has been around for 40 years. It's a woman-owned business by Kathy Mayuri. I've been with her, as I mentioned earlier, for 20 years. Our team is seasoned, and we know what we're doing. And the challenge that each customer brings to us is exciting and invigorating. And it's not a widget where it's all customized.
And you problem solve, because
Yes.
I've worked with you before. You
Yes.
problem solve beautifully. So
Thank you.
And how do we get in touch with Matrix 2?
You're welcome to check out our website, and you can see all the work that some of the work that we've done and who we represent, and that's at matrix2.com. And the office phone number is 305-591-7672. And my cell, which most of my clients call me, is 305-439-8646.
We're all going to be calling you, Kim.
No problem.
Right after this.
No problem.
I want to thank you all for being with me today on the Community Voice, and for you for tuning in. Stay tuned next time. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm Fara Sax. Thank you for joining us.